Hey everyone, it's me, author Alexandria Infante, here with another review for you. Tonight's author is author Kristin Bapst, and the book is called The Magic Awakens, the Six of Salem series. So I'm going to assume that there are going to be six books in the series, or there are six books in the series. But here is the cover. And once again, it's called The Magic Awakens. So I'm kind of feeling like this book might be a combination, like a combo is what I would call it, because it is paranormal, but it's also historical. So the book follows Kira. I'm sorry, not Kira. I'm up in the wrong book. Raina and her aunt. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her name. Nikia, I believe it is. If I'm wrong, hit me at the bottom. Let me know. So the book follows Nikia and Raina, and so they are basically tied to the Salem witches. This book, I would say, is sort of like a matrilineal curse book. So, in during the Salem witch trials, Salem 1692, the I guess you could say ancient one has an affair with the Reverend. So it was sort of kind of felt like Hester Prynne as well. And so she has an affair with the Reverend. And they have this relationship. She is a slave at the time. And then she also has a husband. And so she's having this relationship with the Reverend. And I'm assuming, I don't remember the book actually saying if she was his slave or not. But basically, he's having an affair with her. Her husband is like out working in the fields, and she's having an affair with him. But I don't think she actually. It's kind of hard to say if she actually loves him, because there's one portion of the book where she says, he's mine, and it almost seems like she's using him. So I'm not exactly sure on that part and how the author wanted to portray that. But and so he's like, she wants to make it more permanent, pretty much just like the other woman in throughout history. She wants to make it more permanent, but he's married and he has two kids. He has two daughters, and so he's like, no, what would people say? You're a witch. I'm a reverend. I'm supposed to be preaching the gospel, and I'm having an illicit affair with you. So no. And so because he doesn't want to basically take her to wife and keep, that's pretty much how I write it in my historicals. She tells him that it's over, and then he leaves, and then he goes home. He's upset, he's pissed off, and he's like, who is she to tell me? So he goes home, and then by the time he gets home, his daughter is convulsing like in the middle of the floor, and he goes to try to help her, and then basically she dies in his arms. So then the book pans, and it pans back to the the actual character who begins the entire thing. Basically, I'm looking for her name, because I know the other character who takes the baby is Leah, but I'm not finding her actual name, the woman in the beginning of the book. Just one second, y'all. I know his name is Samuel. Darn it. Did she say her name? I mean, she would have to. Okay, well, I'm so sorry. I don't know where it is, and I don't remember reading it. I remember reading Samuel, which is the guy that she had the affair with, and her husband John, but I don't remember reading her name, so I'm not sure if that's me or the author. But anyway, and so Samuel gets pissed off. He goes home, and then his daughter's like convulsing in the middle of the floor, and then he basically, gets her. She dies in his arms, and then the book pans, and it's the ancestor. I don't know her name. Sorry. She takes the baby to Leah, which is like the friend, and she's like, the daughter's name is Ivy, I believe it is, and so she pretty much gives her the baby and tells her to take care of the baby because she knows, because of the fact that this girl died. So I'm assuming that she cast a spell on her, because that part's not clear either. She casts a spell on the husband or his family, and so his family winds up dying, and then so they come back, and he goes and pretty much, rounds up the people, and then they burn them alive in the house. And so basically what happens is she starts a chain. And so he gives half of his soul to the devil to be able to have his revenge. And so the whole premise of this book is Nakia and Reina are actually ancestors, or not ancestors, descendants of this woman. And so through the centuries, he's basically showed up anytime there is one of them. He shows up and he basically tries to kill them. So because he sold his soul, half of his soul, to the devil, he is pretty much a demon. And so the progenitor demon, that his name is Samuel, the progenitor demon, no, well, that's him, yeah, he gives he basically gives people power through the centuries, the power to kill them, because his whole point was when she did what she did to his family, his whole point was he wanted to wipe her entire existence away. So any descendants after her, he wanted them killed and dead, and just pretty much the entire bloodline wiped out. And so through the centuries, this is what he's been doing. He's been going through the centuries and pretty much wiping out her clan. And so then it gets to Reina and Nakia are the last of her descendants, the original witch. They're the last of her descendants. And so basically he figures, I've pretty much wiped out most of them. These are the last two significant ones. So he basically sends his demons. And then he shows up to this man who's his wife is dying, and she's dying of cancer. And so he shows up, and the Samuel, the demon dude, he shows up and he's like, I can help you give her peace. And so he's, the guy is like distraught, and he's crying, and he has a daughter, and he's like, if you can help her, go on to peace, then yeah. And so he shakes the man's hand, and then, or Samuel, he shakes his hand, and then all of a sudden the wife like burns up in the bed. And so he feels like the heat or whatever. And so he pretty much made him a demon. He took half of his soul like they had done to him, or he had given, that guy gave his soul. And so, but he took half of his soul for basically asking him to allow his wife to go on in peace. He just had no clue that he was going to do that. And so, so basically, he shakes hands with him and he becomes half demon. So now it's his job to basically take out Reina and her aunt. But the problem is that he fought Matt, which is the name of the guy, his wife, him and his daughter. They move from place to place. And so he pretty much has them going through, to find her, Reina. And so he bumps into her. He meets her. He catches her a cup of coffee. They realize that they have like an attraction. And then the aunt's like, no, he's pretty much your doom, da 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 da. And then so that's where I'll stop. Okay, so now I really like the fact that this book it could be labeled in two genres, because it is pretty much a paranormal historical, because it goes, well, it's like a paranormal contemporary historical, because it goes back and forth between the author gives you excuse me, the author gives you the she gives you the flashbacks between the Salem witch trials and or her version of the witch trials and today, and then she gives you information on the trials themselves and some of the major players in the Salem witch trials. I also feel like it's a little bit of the Scarlet Letter, because the old character reminds me a little bit of Hester Prynne, and so the way in which, you know, she's treated in a town and the way the people are, and then the reverend and all of that. So excuse me. No, I don't have coronavirus. I'm just up in here coughing. No, I'm just joking. No, but I kind of feel like maybe the author read the Scarlet Letter, and so she panned it after that. But anyway, so my whole point is, this was a good read. There were a couple of confusing parts in it for me, to where I had to take it off of the voice and actually read it to understand it. And so that kind of tripped me up a little bit. But if I had to, because this book is very engaging and it's very, you have it going between paranormal and historical, and it's bouncing back and forth through the centuries. I think the author weaved that in really good. She didn't have an issue, you know, transitioning from the now and to the old. And so if I had to star this book, I would start a solid 3.5 stars, because the premise of it is really good. The idea, although I was confused a couple of times, you know, the overall story itself is really good. So basically, if you guys like paranormal and historical mixed together, this is the book for you. And then you have witches, and you have warlocks, and then you have the Salem witch trials. So because Raina and Nakia, they actually own a, I don't want to say magic shop, but it's like a spiritualist shop. That sounds more, because I don't want to say witch shop either. It's like a spiritualist shop, because they cater to herbs and, you know, remedies, and yes, there are spell books and, you know, toddies and tonics and that kind of stuff. So, you know, I totally wish I could open up a shop like that. I would so be the spiritualist. Like, my dream is to move to Maine, which is what I'm going to be doing this year in June when I leave. I'm moving to Maine because it's just so picturesque, and so it's like I'm like in the part of my life now where that's what I want. Well, besides going to Europe as well, you know, I'm going to Egypt in the summer. But I really like that concept of the excuse me, the bookshop, and that would be like a dream come true for me, to own a bookshop, but like / herbalist shop. That's just awesome, because my sister actually does she does homeopathic remedies. So basically that would be really, really fun. And so I really enjoyed this book. Like I said, the only reason it gets a 3.5 stars is because of some of the confusion that I had, and that I actually, like I said, had to take it off and read it myself. And that's the only reason why. But other than that, the book is great, and you guys should really go out and get it. And once again, it's called The Magic Awakens, the 6th of Salem series, and it's by author Kristin Bapst. I hope that's how she says her name. Once again, here is the actual cover. And so, tomorrow we will be reading, or actually I will be reading and reviewing. Just 1 second. And I don't know what's up with this darn YouTube, they're always putting all these crazy images of my face on there. It's like there's not a decent one at all. When Jen posts those into the groups on Facebook, I'm so horrified because I look like a freak in like every one of them. Where they stop, it's like me going, or, and I was just like, why are you posting that? She's like, because we need more authors. So anyway, actually, there we go. Actually, I don't have an author yet. So, I believe I do, but I think they're at home on my, wait. Yes. Turn it. Okay, so actually, tomorrow is going to be a surprise because I don't have it on my computer. It's probably still, Jen is still, she probably has not sent it to me yet. So tomorrow is going to be a surprise because I don't know who I will be doing. So, and then on Thursday, I believe we're doing author Cynthia Noble. Not sure yet. I have to see which ones Jen is sending in this week. I'm not sure if there's someone before her, but I believe that's who the author is this Thursday. And then on Friday, I believe it's The Streets. Not sure yet. So I'm just gonna leave it. And then I'll tell you guys tomorrow when I know for sure. And then don't forget, we also have the every 2 weeks prize. So this week we have an Amazon gift card, which we will be giving out on Thursday. We will basically announce the winner on Thursday. So all you have to do to be entered is basically comment on one of the videos. You know, not this one. I mean, you can, but just basically, because we want to make sure, but we want to know that you guys are actually watching the your fellow authors out there as well, because, you know, they need your love too. So, and then anybody who pops over to my side, which is Alexandria Infante, Infante, that's how you spell my last name. Anyone who pops over to my side is actually entered to win a 6-book gift bag. It's like a little tote we showed over on my side. Basically, I make them for my readers, and we usually just give them out either in the Facebook groups or whichever group that we're doing. So they look sort of like this. Basically, this is from my 3 to Tell Witch series, basically. And so it's multicultural paranormal romance, and it's just like a little tote that we give out to the readers. I had a bunch of them with some of my my readers from Facebook, and when I moved from New York to California, they just got ruined in like the moving process. So we're redoing like the entire thing so we can get them out to them before the summer. But anyway, so that's what we're doing over on my channel. But here we are going to have a gift card giveaway. So basically, all you have to do is comment on one of the videos that we've done so far. It doesn't matter which one you comment on, just because I get the alerts when you guys do. So basically, just make a comment. Let us know how you think we're doing. If the reviews are good for you. Actually, Sharita already sent us a shout out. Thank you, girl. So basically, to let us know, you know, if you guys are actually enjoying these reviews, and if I'm doing like, you know, an okay job, and I'm not like putting you guys to sleep out there. So basically that's it. Just check out some of the other videos, you know, post a comment, and that automatically enters you into the gift card drawing. And then on Thursday, I will announce the winner. So we might do a gift card, or we might just do a gift. Depends on what Jen and I feel like doing. So, but anyway, we will announce a winner on Thursday. So that's pretty much it. Once again, the book is called The Magic Awakens, and it's by author Kristin Bapst, and it's the 6th of Salem series. And so here's the book one more time so you guys can see it. It's a nice cover too, huh? And that's pretty much it. And then tomorrow is a surprise because I have no clue. That's called menopause. I have no clue who she said is for tomorrow, so it will be a surprise. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you continue to watch. And if you are new to our channel, please, please, please click that subscribe button down there and subscribe to us, and then turn right around and click that little bell, and that bell will let you know each and every time I upload a video, or we upload a video, because sometimes I make them and Jen has to upload them. But so basically, let us know, tell us what you think, and that enters you into the contest. And then that's pretty much it. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks much, guys. Love you. Keep watching. You know you need us. We need you too. And send in those submissions.